about nut butters. Now, I'm not too sure how many of you purchase at Coles or Woolworths the almond butters or the cashew butters, but they run around about between $8 and $9 a jar, and they're pretty expensive. Now, as I've mentioned before, I'm on GAPS, but it's got a bit of more of a keto twist to it. And keto is all about getting your macros right. Your macros are your fats, your proteins, and your carbohydrates. And I'm on an extremely low carbohydrate diet because of the imbalance in my gut. So, excuse me, so that means really no sugars in my diet. So when it comes to dessert time, I look to fats to satisfy me. And one of my all-time favorite things in the world is nut butters. Always has been, always will be. And I stumbled across this recipe the other day, and I thought, how can I put my own twist on it? And it includes maybe some essential oils, some extra flavouring, because it's pretty basic. So all I've done is I've taken the recipe, I've upped the ingredients a little bit, and I'm going to add some essential oils for flavouring. So the recipe is very simple. It's basically a nut butter, I guess, nut coconut butter. You can either decant it into a jar and use it as a nut butter to spread on your bread, or just eat it by the spoonful, because that's what I do. Or you can actually pop it in some candy molds as well and just pop one in your mouth whenever you're feeling the need, which for me is all the time. So the recipe ingredients are some organic shredded coconut. Now I've just grabbed the Macro brand from Woolworths. Just make sure, it doesn't matter what brand you get, preferably organic of course if you can afford it, but just look on the back and make sure that it's just 100% coconut, that there's no sulfites, that there's no sugars, that it's just 100% coconut. That's really, really important. Then we've got some pecans. I've actually popped them in the oven for about 5-10 minutes just to roast them up and bring out that beautiful flavour. Some coconut butter, and I thought using the wild orange essential oil, because I think orange and pecan is a match made in heaven. So that's where the flavourings that I'm going to go for. Now keep in mind, you could use macadamia nuts, you could use almond nuts, whatever your jam is. Cashews as well go beautiful, make beautiful nut butter. And you can either just keep it as these 3 ingredients or add some essential oils for flavour. So it's a third of a cup of melted cacao butter. It's 120 grams of pecans and 120 grams of unsweetened organic coconut flakes. And this is a Thermomix recipe. I do apologise for any of you who do not have a Thermomix, but really if you just had a high-speed blender, you should be able to, or food processor, you should be able to make your own nut butters as well. It's very, very simple. So all of these ingredients go into the Thermomix. Incredibly difficult. Now I should actually mention, some people might not know what cacao butter is. I'll just grab some out of the pantry here. So cacao butter is the fats from the cacao seed. So your cacao powder is your raw powder that you get from the seed, and that's where your cocoa powder eventually comes from. And the fats that's left over from that processing is the cacao butter. You can get this from good health food stores. You can get them in different sizes. The more you buy, the cheaper it becomes. They come in little buttons as well, so great for making your own raw chocolate. So really check this out, it's a wonderful recipe. Now as far as the essential oil goes, this comes down to personal taste. I'm going to probably put, I reckon, about 3 drops in and then just taste it and see how we go. The best thing to do with essential oils is to start small, just like anything with cooking. Add a little bit, you can always add more, but you can't take out. So I really love the flavour of orange, so I'm going to start with 3 drops, which is quite high. Hopefully I haven't overdone it, and we'll see how we go. We're going to break now, and I'll just whiz this up and make a lot of noise, and we'll come straight back. See you soon. Hi, welcome back. Okay, so just before you saw me put all the ingredients in the Thermomix, I whizzed it up on speed 9 for about 10 seconds. Yes, that is the absolute beauty of Thermomix. So that's pretty much done. I just checked the consistency, I was happy with it. It is quite runny. Now, it does thicken up a little bit with the cacao butter. It solidifies when it gets a bit cold. So I've sort of made it deliberately a little bit runny. As with everything, guys, all the things that I do, just make it your own. You might want to make it more nutty and put more nuts in there. You might want to do a combination of nuts. You might want to make it super runny so that you pour it into candy molds really, really easy. Totally up to you. So what I'm going to do is just decant it into this little jar. This is just a reused jar from something that we bought. I think it might have been a cone of coffee that I got from work or something. They go through heaps of coffee at work, and I always pilfer all the jars and bring them home because they're quite handy. And very carefully pop that in there. If you've never had nut butters before, you may be surprised about the consistency. They will be quite gritty, so I guess by comparison, maybe crunchy peanut butter, but not quite. But it's not going to be that really smooth texture of butter, so please don't get confused. Oh, there we go, run away about that. So I'm going to pop that in the fridge and try not to eat that all at once in front of the TV. I make no promises. Now, I do have a little bit left over, and this is a really lovely snack to give to your beautiful children when they come home from school. One of my driving passions and one of the main reasons why I started this website and this blog was because I am passionate about children's health. Now, whilst I may have never had any children of my own, I'm a very passionate auntie, and I have 3 beautiful stepdaughters, and I know that there is a lot of uneducated, well-meaning parents out there who don't realise the impact that food has on their children's health. So I won't go on to a rant right now. That is a rant for another video, and what I'm doing now is ridiculous. I shouldn't be doing that. Who says when we can do 2 things at once? Perhaps we can't. So this is a beautiful, going back to what I was saying, this is a beautiful little treat to give to your kids when they come home from school. The reason why it's a beautiful treat, obviously, because it's all natural ingredients. The second reason is because it's full of beautiful fats. Now, you'll find in the media is actually starting to come on board with fats now. The era from the 80s and 90s of this low fat ridiculousness that the mindset that we all had is slowly, thankfully, being debunked. It is an absolute load of rot, and I'm quite happy to go on camera to say that. We need fats. Our body needs fats, and children need fats. It's very important for their development. So this has no sugar in it. Don't be scared. They'll still love the taste. And it is really satisfying. Fats are really satisfying. They really diminish all the hunger that you possibly, any hunger pains. So don't be scared to give your children this recipe. Don't look at it and go, oh my gosh, you know, there's so many calories in that little thing. It's not really the number of calories, guys, it's the quality of the food that you're eating. So I'll be exploring all of these topics that I'm talking about right now in a lot more detail in future episodes. If you're interested and you want to know more now, please feel free to contact me. There's plenty of information on the internet, of course, about all this kind of stuff. So I won't bore you with the rest of me decanting this into these little chocolate molds, but you get the idea. It is one of the simplest recipes you can possibly do. You saw that took me probably from woe to go, including roasting the pecans, probably about 15 minutes in total. And I've got a whole jar of nut butter, plus some little extra snacks here for the family. I do hope you enjoy the recipe. If you make your own and you use different nuts, or if you use a different flavoured essential oil, or maybe you might put something else in there to flavour it up, let me know, because I'm always open for new recipes. So leave me with all this mess, guys. I'll clean up for you. Have fun making it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.